first thing to say about data and the SDGs is just how remarkable to many of us it is that we're having this conversation at all. For a long time, I think it's been something of a guilty secret in the development community, just how little we actually know, and how many of the figures that we very confidently bandy around the numbers, as Fiona said, the numbers of women who die in childbirth, or even the number of people that live in many of the countries of the world, how many of those are really no more than educated guesses. This has been something that development researchers, of which until recently I was one, have talked about for a long time, but has never really made it into the mainstream policy debates until, I have to say, somewhat to all of our surprise, it did so during the negotiations around the Sustainable Development Goals. And it was a blissful period for those of us that had been worrying about data for quite a long time, that suddenly everybody from the UN Secretary General down to prime ministers to those negotiators in New York who were themselves putting together the new Sustainable Development Goals wanted to talk about data. And really critically, not just data for monitoring the goals, although that's been one of the drivers here, but also data for achieving the goals, data as part of the infrastructure of policy making that tells governments where to put their money, where to put their people, where to build new schools, new hospitals, do all of the things that governments need to do with scarce resources.